Welcome back. Welcome back to the Free Jets Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. You are now tuned in for episode 176. 176. I tried to tell you it's 176. Remember?
176.
Listen, man, you are now tuned in. Listen, you got GG's over here. You know what I'm saying? K-Singles over there. You know what I'm saying? We outside
Back
right
and
now.
better than ever.
Listen,
we took a week hiatus.
A week hiatus, man. A week
And,
hiatus.
and the thing is, nowadays, anytime we take a week hiatus, there's so much stuff to talk about.
Oh, a year worth of news happens in 2 weeks, for sure. Like,
No, for sure.
Yeah. That shit is actually insane, son.
For sure.
It's crazy how, Tom, like this, everything flip-flop. You know what I'm saying?
It's great. So much stuff happens that, like, a week ago, it's like, I forgot that happened. Like you,
quite literally.
Yeah, like literally.
Quite literally. Yeah.
Literally, fam.
Listen, man, a whole bunch of stuff been going on, man. We want to get right into it. Let's where you want to start at, bro? Because there's 110 topics on our list.
We gotta start. We gotta kick it off with Burna Boy, man.
Yo, what's happening with Burna Boy? You said that a couple minutes ago, and I was like, what? And you said we're gonna say this for camera, so we're on camera now.
So
Burna
Boy is faced a lot of controversy. Oh, they coming for Burna Boy's head.
What do you
say?
say?
Apparently, during a concert, there was a woman that was sleeping during his concert, and then he pointed out the couple, and he made them be escorted out. He kicked them out basically during the concert. He's like, I'm not performing until you guys leave. There's some sleeping here or whatever.
Oh shit.
And it comes to find out that the story of the woman, I don't know the exact story, but she's been going through it. Nah, she was going through something crazy happened with her family. She was going through it she just wanted to enjoy herself at the concert, ended up falling asleep. And then there's other people who came out with videos of talking about how Burna Boy would show up 4 hours late to concerts. He barely puts any effort in. He talks crazy to his fans. So basically people are up in arms, and people are just not been going to his concerts. Like, a lot of his concerts have been empty. A lot of people are not fucking with Burna Boy right now. All this controversy is coming out after that one incident, and then a lot of people coming out, and then you have those videos of people were saying, well, I've been told you Burna Boy wasn't shit. You know what I mean? We got those people coming out of the woodwork. So Burna Boy is projecting to go on the downfall as of right now. And I want to know your thoughts on the whole thing.
It sounds like he's just a dickhead. I thought you was gonna say he touched somebody.
Nah, he never touched nobody or nothing. But
so he be all right, man. Fuck Burna Boy. He be all right.
There was this.
I fuck with Burna Boy. That's the thing. I like Burna Boy's music a lot.
He's very talented.
Yeah, his African Giant, I believe his
African Giant.
second to last album was
African Giant.
Classic.
Classic.
He had like 6 songs on there. I still listen to this day.
Burna Boy is extremely talented, but your reaction, your thoughts on the whole situation. Do you have any reactions or thoughts on the whole situation? People are coming out the wood, literally, there was videos of his concert.
I'm gonna tell you something. I remember just the other day when I went to Baltimore, I paid $600 to sit front row at a Shane Gillis concert. I was second row, literally 1 row away from people. Shane Gillis is about as close as you are. I was knocked the fuck out. If I'm tired, I'm tired, gang. Like, how you mad at Shorty because she tired? Maybe she ain't get no sleep. She worked overnight, but she made it to the Burna Boy show, and she's passed out. Granted, whatever. She's going through whatever she's going through, or whatever she's saying. It wasn't because she's just tired. She's going through some shit. Hey, man, I think it is fucked up that he made her get escorted, because concerts ain't cheap no more, yo. Like, concerts ain't no $40, $50. Like, when it was the early 2000s, I remember my parents paying $40 to watch fucking some Spanish motherfucker at Madison Square Garden. I remember that was the first time I went to the Garden, went to a concert. I forget bro name. I think it was Ricardo Arjona or some shit like that. But regardless, it ain't that no more. Motherfuckers didn't spend real hard-earned money to go sit at a Burna Boy concert. So it's fucked up that he escorted them, but, like, honestly, like, the same thing, like, when it comes to artistry, bro, energy is reciprocated. Like, if you in the crowd sleeping, you fucking up my vibe now. I'm in here singing all this happy-go-lucky, hey, yeah. I can't do this while you sleeping. You fucking up my vibe. So I kind of get it on both sides, but, like, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like, I think Burna Boy just need to drop another hit. They'll be over it. Drop another one of them ones. Drop City Boy again, or countless Burna Boy hits. Drop another one. He be all right. As a matter of fact, he's doing, we getting fucked tonight. We getting fucked tonight. We getting fucked tonight. Yeah, I seen a meme that said that's going to be the outro to my wedding, and now I can't ever forget that. And now I'm going to need to play that at my wedding. That shit hard. That shit is hard. Yeah. I think Burna Boy's fine. What you think?
So apparently, I don't know how true this is. Apparently, you know how the internet just be talking. Apparently, she's saying that she might have a lawsuit on her hands, talking about how she paid for them tickets. Him and his crew and everything, and people who put on the production. She paid for that seat. and being
Got a good point. Got a good point.
But,
it's not like she broke rules or did some wild shit. It's not like she got into a fight through something on stage.
So we'll see how that happens. But my thing is, I'm okay with it. I'm okay. I'm here for normalizing not supporting people for being a piece of shit.
Oh shit!
I'm here for it.
Right.
I'm here for not supporting people for being a piece of shit, being a piece of shit person. Honestly.
Hey, listen. While we're talking about artists that's about to lose their fan base, let's get to a real situation where artists about to lose their. Have you been paying attention to the Summer Walker situation that's been going on?
No.
You ain't been no attention to the Summer Walker, Rich the Kid, Tory Brick situation. No. All right, so let me run you through this. All right, Summer Walker. For people who don't know, Summer, I ain't gonna lie, Summer's one of my favorite artists. I ain't gonna lie.
Very talented.
Like when I tell you, she has a classic album that I believe it's called Over It. Yo, that Pink album that she dropped. When I tell you classic, I strongly stand by. That's one of the best albums, regardless of genre, of the last 15 years. It's top 5. I'm telling you now. And I remember I posted that on my Instagram story one time, and that shit had like 300 likes. And I was like, I didn't even know this many people were that much of a fun. But not the point. Summer Walker, incredible artist, right? But now, a lot of her fan base is cultivated behind her being this like hurt girl that's been mistreated by all these men. We've seen her in a lot of public relationships. So, that's like her whole persona. And then this situation comes out where you got Summer Walker being exposed by Tory Bricks, who's Rich the Kid's soon-to-be wife, also the mother of his children. Rich the Kid, famous rapper.
Yeah.
You know Rich the Kid is, like the fourth Migo, right? So Rich the Kid gets exposed for having Summer Walker on his phone. Apparently, she was like his side piece. Now she's on the phone on a voicemail, literally pretty much like begging Rich the Kid to like still fuck with her, even though he's back with her family. And she's like, yo, I'm glad you back. I'm happy y'all together again. This, and that. And it just wasn't the best look because now she's looking like a homewrecker. And like I said, she cultivated her whole fan base off of being the hurt girl who's, on the receiving end of the cheating motherfucker and the women that are being homewreckers to her situation. And it's like, oh, this is a very clear contradiction of what you've been selling this summer. So a lot of people are, coming at Summer Walker. They're coming at her comments, and this is one of those things where like it could really affect your fan base. It's almost like when a rapper starts, like the super gangster rapper starts snitching. Like, what if we find out DMX was a rat one day? Like, it would just fuck up everything. You know what I'm saying? So, it's one of them situations, and in Summer, wasn't the best look. And a lot of people are coming at her. And I want to know your thoughts on it because she's also normalizing like being a side chick where she got on live and explained herself. And she was like, yo, it is what it is. Like, this nigga's going to cheat. He been cheating. He got a bunch of other bitches. Like, I just fucking on this nigga because he pays my bills. Like, I get to see her a couple times a year. Like, I'm not really worried about the nigga. But I want to hear your thoughts on all this.
I actually, now that you explain it, I actually saw something about her normalizing being the side chick and being okay with being a side chick. I think it's just an unfortunate situation because I know she has a few kids of her own, right?
I believe she has 3 kids. I think she has a set of twins, if I'm not mistaken. But she has 2 baby fathers, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
So it's just my thoughts on the whole situation is it's something that's just is gonna happen, especially when you're dealing with people who are in a certain tax bracket. That's just lifestyle.
You're speaking about Rich the Kid.
Yeah, no, in certain status. When you're in a certain status, no matter what, it could be in corporate, it could be in artistry, it doesn't matter what avenue it is, but
the guy with the power has the ability to slang dick everywhere.
Correct. Okay. But I think that there needs to be some type of tact to go along with it.
Tact.
Do it with tact. Do it tactfully. I think it's very distasteful the way that she's coming out like that when he has a family and everything. I just think that's very distasteful. I think there's a time and a place for everything. Mm-hmm. What's understood doesn't have to be explained.
But also keep in mind, though, Summer Walker was the one who got exposed. So it was really Rich the Kid's baby mother / fiance who exposed Summer.
Yes.
And then she went and addressed it online. But Tory Bricks also, the way she addressed it was, look at this dirty bitch, blah, blah, blah. So Summer responded was a response to like, yo, you made this public. You could have called me. We could have handled this off the internet. Well, Summer goes on like, yo, we damn near all 30 and plus. So like, what are you doing?
I don't feel she's wrong for exposing her. I don't feel like the girl is wrong for exposing.
Tory Bricks is not wrong for
I don't think so.
Summer?
I don't think so. Especially if you're cultivating your fan base around a certain lifestyle.
Well, what I'm saying is though, you said it's distasteful, but I'm saying like she didn't have the ability to control that no more. It already became public, and she's clearly the more famous. She's more famous than probably Rich the Kid and Tory Bricks.
Absolutely, she is.
So it's like, yo, I gotta at least say something. You know, she could have sat quiet and said something. Now, like you said, it could be a little distasteful, but it didn't have to be public in the first place.
That is very true. That adds another layer to it.
Yeah, it's like she was the one who made Tory made it. Made it public, not Summer.
Yeah, that changes things a little bit. I don't think necessarily that Tory had to put it on blast. I don't think she's wrong for that though, especially when you're cultivating your whole following around being a certain way, and you over here blowing up the person's phone.
It's like when you find your pastor's a scammer.
That's what exactly. Like, that's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying.
But I don't necessarily think she's wrong for being put on blast. But I also, like I said, she could have gave a PR answer. I know that's not necessarily what she was going to do. Summer could have, like I said, done like a PR type of answer. Hey, but listen, I know that's not what she was going to do.
All I know is Summer, you can come cheat on me all you fucking want. Don't you worry. Rich the Kid gonna pay both our bills, bitch. Stop fucking playing. Hey, listen, it is what it is. Sometimes, you know, because Rico Reckless was also just in a relationship with Summer Walker. I don't know if you're familiar with Rico Reckless. He's a Chicago native, dope rapper, more of a personality damn near than a rapper at this point.
One of those.
But he was explaining like, he been knew like a lot of the reason why him and Summer Walker broke up was because she was a lot more toxic than people believed, and it was just a lot going on. And he said, I used to remember Rich the Kid blowing up her phone while we was chilling. I let her pick up. She told me he was paying her bills. And I was like, respectfully, I'll play my role too. Listen, my bitch is a multi-millionaire and she got 50K overhead and this nigga trying to pay that 50K and he hitting 2-3 times a year. We might have to deal with that. Not gonna lie, we might have to deal with that, gang.
I'll be the man.
Especially if my stupid ass living in that house, because she's the breadwinner.
She's definitely the breadwinner.
She's the breadwinner at that point, Rico. So it's like, hey, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, okay?
I feel that.
I'm just saying. I'm gonna keep it P. It just be like that. It be like that. There's a bunch of other situations going on too. Like, are you familiar with this Akash Singh situation?
Nope, never heard of
where
that.
you be? See, I feel like your feed must be just politics and Trump and just that type of shit.
Never heard of that. What is that?
Akash Singh, the famous comedian.
Yes. Oh shit, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. But so I read it, but what you said didn't register with what I know exactly. I know exactly what you're about to say.
Akash Singh, super famous comedian, co-host of the Flagrant podcast with Andrew Schultz. He's his own dope stand-up. I've been familiar with him for like 15 plus years.
Yeah, me too. Yes, yes.
He's been in a lot of headlines recently because there's a lot of controversy between him and his wife going on. And his wife, who they've been married for, I believe, they've been together for like over 10 years now. I'm not sure how long they've been married, but damn near the whole time they've been married. I believe he's been with her since 2014, and they're like 10 years apart, actually. That's what I think I was trying to say.
No, they're a little less than that. But
it's like 9-10 years.
He's a little older.
Regardless, his whole thing was he's been prancing around how he's married this princess and how she was a virgin and all this and that, and how she, she's super deserving of being with somebody who's super successful now, and because she stuck with him the whole time. And, in recent podcasts, she's been coming out and she's been kind of making a mockery of the whole idea of her being a virgin. She's talking about getting a train ran on her by the frat house at her college. And she's talking about getting finger banged on a first date by some random dude she met on Tinder.
Yeah, I seen, not to cut you off, I seen she was talking about, when you go to college, you can't settle down with the first guy that gives you attention. Maybe like the third or fourth. Like, it was.
And mind you, I'm not gonna lie. Every time her face comes on my screen, I'm jaw dropping how beautiful she is, bro.
She's fire.
She's fucking fire. She's not fire. She's fire. Fire is a disrespectful word for what that. That is a fucking angel if I ever seen one. Yo, shorty look like her shit smell like eucalyptus and fucking lavender and just heaven's clouds. I don't know what that is, bro. She's a fucking angel. She would have fooled me too. Fuck that. That bitch is fucking gorgeous. I never seen some shit like this. But not the point. Point is, so it's been a lot of, controversy, and people are coming out. Akash Singh almost like similar to the Summer Walker situation, where it's like, yo, you've been on this. It's the red pill versus the other fucking community,
Whatever. Yeah.
Well,
it's not really blue pill, but they're just saying
whatever the fuck is going on. Right. Akash Singh has been heavy on you got to find the perfect woman. You can find the perfect woman. You need to have a virgin and all this and that. all this, and it's like he's been building a fan base on that, and then it's like, yo, kind of find out you really been getting fed a bunch of lies, and you with a gold digger because she's on the internet talking about, of course I love my man because he buys me a bunch of good, nice stuff and spends all his money on me. Of course I wanted to make sure I married a successful man or this and that, and you know, a lot of people are coming at Akash Singh.
I have to walk back something you said there. He wasn't really the red pill guy. It was him versus Myron.
Right.
It was Myron that he posted a clip.
Myron from Fresh and Fit Podcast.
Yes.
People who don't know,
he had
very controversial figure in
Yes.
in the manosphere.
Yes, in the manosphere
conversation
world
that you hear about.
So what happened was that Myron and him were having a back and forth conversation.
Right.
And the comedian, I forgot. Akash Singh. He posted a clip on his social media page, and it was basically, it was like an own to Myron. I'm paraphrasing. I don't remember exactly what it was. And Myron had responded with the threat of what his girl was doing. Myron's the red pill guy.
Okay.
So Singh isn't the red pill guy. I just wanted to clarify something real quick.
Right, yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, so a lot of people are coming at him because they're like, yo, bro, you preach one thing and then we come to find out this is what's really going on. You're being taken advantage of. His girl's literally sitting there together. They're on the couch having a podcast with their friends, and she tells her friends, man, you have like big dick energy basically, and we should have an orgy. Like verbatim, she said we should have an orgy. And you know, a lot of people are crashing out behind this. I want to hear your thoughts on this. How would you feel if you were married? They don't have kids yet. You're married. You thought your wife was a virgin before you ever met her, and then you find out, let's say 5 years after y'all been married already, that she wasn't a virgin. That whole relationship was built. That whole concept was built on a lie. I want to know, what are your thoughts?
So, me, first of all, just to premise this.
There's no kids, because I know how you feel about when there's kids involved. Yeah. So, yeah, fuck that. You're not going to give me that bullshit answer.
I just want to preface this by saying the virgin thing doesn't really matter to me. But in this situation, the setup that you're giving me, would to find out that she was out, not a virgin's one thing, but the way she was talking is a whole different thing. Being not a virgin and out here getting trains ran on you in college is a whole different. That's a big leap, right? So in the situation that you're setting up, where I think she's a virgin, and she was out here getting trains ran on her,
I'm gonna have to clarify something. I don't know if she said trains, but she said she ran through the whole.
It doesn't
frat.
fucking matter, regardless.
Train is a one time
that's
setting.
Semantics.
A bunch of niggas hit.
That's semantics.
Ran through. No. If you find out a bitch fucked 10 niggas that live in the same house at different times, and she got fucked by all 10 niggas within an hour, it's a very big difference. For me, there's no difference. That's a difference. No,
that don't mean
there's a little
shit.
moral difference.
That don't mean shit.
You
to
let
me.
10 niggas hit one by one. I don't give a. I don't give a. You let 10 niggas hit over a 4-year career in college. That's 2.5 bodies a year.
I don't give a fuck.
It's a big difference.
if it's all the same. If not, it's all the same crew. It's the same shit to me.
I guess.
If she got ran through by
definitely not the same thing. But
if she got ran through by the baseball team during one semester or one night, I don't give a fuck. It's the same thing to me.
Damn.
I don't give a fuck. But
that's crazy. That's like saying if a bitch has 20 bodies on her body count. Mind you, I hate body count conversations. Yeah. But that's like saying if a bitch has 20 bodies on her body count, it's the same if she got hit by all 20 of them niggas in the same night. That's crazy. That's insane.
We're talking about a group of people.
It's essentially the same thing what you're saying.
Yeah, no. But
them being 20, friends is what makes it a little different to you.
Yes, correct. Yes.
All I'm saying is the chances of you catching AIDS when 10 niggas hit in one night, as opposed to when 10 niggas hit over a 4-year span.
20 random niggas is different than a group of 20 men. That's totally different things.
I mean, this is true.
That's what I'm saying. If it's a group of 20 men, that means outside of that, imagine the niggas. You feel me? 20 random guys is different than a group of 20 men.
No, that's for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
Anyway, let's walk this back. We get on topic. Has nothing to do with it. Okay. So what would you do? You find out your wife for 5 years has been lying to you. She got ran through by the whole frat. You thought she was a virgin. She has.
Oh no, it's over. It's over. It's over.
You getting divorced?
Absolutely. I'm not doing that.
You getting a divorce?
What you lying for?
You know what though? I'm gonna be honest. Going off of, because it's a little out of context when you see these clips, but going off their relationship, he's a comedian, number one. So they clearly joke and say a lot of funny things. But, you know, there's a lot of clips that are out there of, like, her being not so affectionate with him. And a lot of people are using that against him. Like, yo, you can tell she's not really into him. Da-da-da-da-da. He's trying to kiss her on camera. She's like, you can see her pulling away. Certain times when he's trying to, like, put her arm around, you can see her put, almost like Ivanka Trump type vibes. Like, when you try to get her, show a little smoochie, she's like, get the fuck off of me. Like, that's the vibe that they give him. But, I feel like it's a little bit taken out of context, but so you're divorcing your wife after 5 years of marriage. Y'all been together for 11 years. You're saying fuck this.
All right, my thing is there's a difference between I think she's a virgin, like I said, I don't care about that, and I find out she's not a virgin, rather than getting ran through. Those are two totally different leaps. Not a virgin and being ran through are two totally different leaps.
So what would cause you to say I need to divorce this woman? Is it the fact that she lied to you one time?
No, it's the fact that
or is the lie just too big?
It's the fact that I wouldn't be able to look at her the same. I would never be able to look at her the same. I would have because if we're locked in like that, I have her on such a pedestal in my mind and who she is. And if I find out that the information I get is contradictory to how I perceive her, I couldn't look at her the same.
I feel that.
I wouldn't be able to look at her the same.
That makes sense.
You feel me? Like yes, yeah, like, you know, my thing is, hey, do what you do. I don't judge anybody. But just like porn stars, you feel me? You know how many drop dead gorgeous porn stars there are?
A lot.
Exactly.
And that's what gives me hope.
Exactly.
Every time I see a porn star, I'm like, I know I could find a disgusting, badass bitch. Like,
exactly. But for me,
disgusting.
I would never pursue a long-term relationship with somebody like that, right? Mm-hmm. Because they look good, that doesn't mean necessarily they're for me. Yeah. You feel me?
Yeah.
I have a perception of that person, which I can never get over that hump. Mm-hmm. So once I learned, I think we should normalize, not even just this, I think in general we should normalize changing our opinions about people or a group or somebody with learning new information about certain things. It's okay to grow, regardless of what it is.
I see what you're saying.
Regardless of what it is. It's okay to change your perception based on new information.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I personally wouldn't be able to look at her the same way that I did.
It's funny because my perception would be so different. I'd be like, oh, okay, it's time to really party then. I'm bitches into that. Say less. Let's go figure some shit out. I heard about some resorts in Mexico, bitch. We got some plans, ho. Like, that's how I'm just saying my perception might be a little different.
I feel that I just wouldn't be able to look at that. I'm not saying I wouldn't be able to take her there, but she wouldn't be my wife.
And it's funny too.
You feel me? Like,
she goes on there and she's making fun of her. Like they're like on TikTok live. They got a bunch of footage of them talking, and she's like, "Yeah, there's no way I was getting married." She's like, "I would have called off the wedding if you would have pulled out a prenup." So it's like a lot of people are saying like, "Akash, you're kind of being hung by the balls here, gang," because like. And he swears by, she met him, he was only making $60K a year.
I was about to say.
In LA, that is poverty, by the way.
I was saying, I was about to say, did you hear his response?
Some of it, yeah. I did see some of it. I saw him go, there's some footage of him doing some live performances where he's responding to a lot of shit live.
Yeah, where apparently he was saying that when they first started dating, you know, the whole struggle story, they would couch hopping and stuff. And she was stuck with him the whole way. Mm-hmm. It was one of those situations. He was saying it was one of those struggle things, and now, but yeah, me personally, like I said, my perception of that person would change. Yeah, completely. That's me. You feel me? Just like for example, you found out you've been doing business with this person forever, and then you find out where they're from or whatever. They've been robbing or zoning anybody they do business with. Now I'm not gonna be able to look at this person the same way as I did before. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's vastly different just because, like, you'll die over some money, nigga. Niggas will die over some money.
Niggas will die over their bitch. What are you talking about?
True.
Not me, but...
True.
Niggas will die.
I'm getting at, though.
But like, but I'm just talking about perception of somebody.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what I'm talking about. They're showing me one thing, but in reality, it's a whole new thing that... people want to show you the highlights. People want to show you the highlights and not show you who they actually are. You feel me? And once you find out who they actually are, now it's up to you to formulate your own opinion base. Is it only based on the highlights, or is it this person in general? So that's my whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Now, if there are kids with this woman, are you still getting divorced?
Nah.
All right, cool.
Nah.
That's what I thought.
The kids are involved now. It's bigger. If the kids are involved, it's bigger than me. It's just an internal L I have to take.
Nah,
it's just an internal L.
I feel that.
If this kids are involved, I ain't doing that.
Nah, and another thing, speaking about L's, have you seen this Jake Paul and fucking Anthony Joshua fight is actually about to happen?
I thought it got postponed. I thought it got canceled.
No, that was the Jake Paul versus Tank Davis.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Jake Paul versus Tank Davis was supposed to happen in November. That got canceled, and then Jake Paul all of a sudden wants a death wish, and he's gonna go fight Anthony Joshua. I want to hear what you think about this. And mind you, before you respond, keep in mind they're saying they're both scheduled to make $92 million off of this fight, and that's just off top.
Base.
That's just base salary, $92 million apiece, and then we'll figure out the rest is gonna be some more money coming in.
$92 million. I'll go in the ring and fight anybody.
Not Anthony Joshua. I don't know if that's worth $92 million.
Yeah,
$92 million.
I'll sign on right now. I don't give a fuck who it is.
There's a strong chance you're gonna be paralyzed after he punches you in your fucking neck.
I'll write my will right next to the contract.
For $92 million, you'll risk your life? I'm not going in there for $92 million.
I will. Do you hear what I said? I will fight anybody.
Would you let a bull run through you for $92 million?
No, that's stupid. No.
What the fuck do you think Anthony Joshua was about to do to him?
Even if I get knocked out in the first round, it's okay. It's $92 million. I don't give a fuck.
You're not going to be the same. After a 6'5", 260-pound professional puncher punches your fucking heart out of your chest.
But my reaction is...
You will never be the same.
My reaction is...
Especially me and you. We're regular people.
Listen, I think Jake Paul has had an amazing run, and it really goes to show what you can do when you put your mind to it. You know,
this is way more positive than I thought.
No. It's showing the kids like I like this. He started out late in his boxing career, but he really grinded. But I think he's biting off more than he can chew.
Wait,
you know, but like I'm saying, like the fact that he's able to even 8 years ago, you would have told me Jake Paul's fighting. Everybody like, you out your fucking mind.
Yeah, you'll be like, where on PS5? Like, what are you talking about?
Exactly. But the fact that he was able, that I really commend him for that. But I think it went from amateur fighters to retired fighters who are out of their prime, and now you're
actual boxers,
and now you're doing now. But hey, get your bag, get your coins. But I don't think
fucking coins. But this is also going to be a sanctioned fight that actually is going to count towards Anthony Joshua's record, so he's going to kill him.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
They're both heavyweights, so
bro,
it's not like they're both heavyweights.
Yeah, but no,
but I'm saying they're both heavyweights in a sense. It's not like they're jumping up weight classes. You know what I mean? It's not like it's. But once you're in heavyweight, you're a heavyweight. Doesn't matter.
That's true.
That's what I mean.
But there's super heavyweight and all that shit. Like there was a thing at one point where it was like light heavyweight, middle heavyweight, super heavyweight, if I'm not mistaken. All I know is, listen, there's a 60-pound difference between these gentlemen. There's about 5 inches in height and about 60 pounds. 60 pounds. That's 33% more human than fucking Jake Paul. He's going to die. If anybody loves Jake Paul that's in his corner, please reach out to him. Make sure he's good. Like, he has a death. He's going to die. You understand me? Bro, right now, the odds are minus 2,000 on Anthony Joshua and plus 800 on Jake Paul. Like, there's just no way. If Jake Paul wins, this shit is rigged. And number two,
you got Jake Paul money line?
No. No. But in order to make $100 betting on Anthony Joshua, you got to bet 2,000.
Yeah.
Which is honestly not a bad deal.
That's not.
But that means you got to bet 10K to make 500. That's fucking idiotic. Yeah, if you got $100,000 though, you can go make 5 bands.
But listen, that's the thing.
That don't sound too bad.
If it's a slam dunk, if you know it's gonna happen, then that's free money, regardless.
This is true.
If you know it's gonna happen, it's free money.
If you got $1 million, man, if you got $1 million, you can make 50K tonight. If you bet on Anthony Joshua. Now, if you lose that $1 million, write the letter to your family. Let them know why you leaving.
Vegas out here ran off on the us.
Oh, they don't running off. Ain't no
I'm
running
saying
off.
Vegas. No, I'm talking about Vegas runs off all the time.
Oh yeah,
the house always runs off.
Yeah, that's a fact. But so I mean, it's clear. Our take. Anthony Joshua's going to murder this man.
Yes,
cool.
I totally agree. Do you know when the fight is?
It's like, I think December 19th or some shit like that. I might completely be making that up, but I know it's sometime around then. You know what I'm saying?
So on other news, did you see what's going on with Venezuela right now? Do you see what's going what Pete Hegseth ordered? Do you know what Hegseth is?
Absolutely not.
He is in Trump's cabinet. He's the Secretary of Defense, but now they changed it to Secretary of War.
Mm-hmm.
And I spoke on here how they blew up boats off the coast of Venezuela. They blew up boats off the coast of Trinidad and Tobago. And apparently, right now, it's coming out that Pete Hegseth, he commanded a strike on the boats, and he also commanded that leave no survivors. And news is coming out that there were, in fact, 2 survivors clinging onto the boat. And he ordered them to leave no survivors. Now, if we are in war, this is times of war. This is a war crime against the Geneva Convention. You're not allowed to execute somebody who surrendered, execute somebody who's severely wounded, execute somebody who's completely in your custody.
What?
Yeah, you can't. Yes.
Why? That's fucking stupid.
Because they have rules. There's rules in war. You know that, right?
That's fucking stupid.
There are rules in war.
That's stupid as fuck.
And we're not even at war. That's the thing.
That's stupid as fuck.
You didn't know there was rules in war?
We killing everybody.
That's not
kill the dog, kill the kid, kill the mom, kill the family.
You didn't know there's rules in war?
I'm pretty sure they kill everybody in captivity. Like damn near. Like what?
Not
severely wounded. We make sure we kill you.
So, what's going on now is it's coming out that this happened and people are in outrage, and now there are a lot of people in the military who are second guessing a lot of the commandments, a lot of the instructions that they're given, and saying that they're illegal instructions. And of course, on the Trump side, they're saying that you cannot disobey the rules or the orders given to you guys. So, this is something that we're going to get more information about, but apparently, and like I said, their whole justification is these are people bringing in drugs into America, flooding the street with drugs. But in reality, they don't really care about drugs. It was never about drugs. I don't know if you saw that Trump just pardoned the ex-leader of Honduras.
I heard about that, but I'm trying to keep up.
Juan Orlando Hernandez,
right,
former leader of Honduras, convicted of moving 400 tons of drugs into America.
Oh, he's a fucking movie.
Convicted last year.
He's a fucking
last
movie.
year, sentenced to 45 years, and Trump pardoned him. So you want to tell me it's about drugs? That Trump cares about drugs? This is the same.
The fact that Trump pardoned him, and that's not like front page news everywhere, is crazy.
This is the same person that pardoned the owner of the Silk Road. Remember the Silk Road?
Yeah.
The online website where you can trade anything.
You could buy a kidney, you could buy a kid.
They were moving metric tons of drugs through this platform that the owner knew about. Trump just pardoned him. Trump also pardoned the owner of a billionaire owner of a crypto coin that terrorist organizations were moving money through, and he knew about it. After he donated $60 million to the Trump coin, this is corruption in its purest form. This is dastardly levels of corruption. So you want to tell me he cares about terrorism, he cares about drugs, but look at the people he just pardoned. So now he's apparently just said he's halting all airspace around Venezuela.
I saw that as well.
Yeah, halting all airspace around Venezuela. So, see, my thing is, you know me, man. I'm a person about consistency, and when you're inconsistent in the way you move, now I don't have any respect, and I don't have any respect for people that defend people who don't move in their purpose, who don't move in their consistency. You say you care about drugs, you say you care about guns, you say you care about terrorism, but you're pardoning all these people. And not only that, who are the players who you bombed off the coast of Venezuela and off the coast of Trinidad and Tobago? What were their names? Who were they connected to? There's no evidence of none of that. Mexico came out and said, we have no evidence of Venezuela even playing any games in the drug game. Mexico said that. There's no evidence of none of this. There's been no evidence of anything. So you can't just random and it came out that some of the people were fishermen, and of course they're trying to downplay that as well. So it's been, like I said before, this has been a regime change tactic that they've been trying to do for the last 30 years. And even Honduras, they have an election coming up. Trump tweeted, bro. He tweeted that the conservative candidate, if the conservative candidate doesn't win, they're not going to give resources to Honduras. They're already doing an election interference game. It's always been about. It's always been about control. It's always been about, they've been trying to get Maduro out. They've been trying all these different tactics, but now they're ramping up the tactics. But everything's out and open in plain sight, and you just can't hide it anymore. You just can't lie anymore. So I just want to know your thoughts about it.
I mean, like, you know my vibe. I'm just like, bro, these motherfuckers is doing this shit with impunity. They don't give a fuck, no remorse. They're not worried about getting caught. They're not worried about what the people are gonna say. And like, part of me is just like, have at it. You know what? Have at it, because it don't seem like nobody's gonna be able to stop it. You know what I'm saying? Trump's clearly, I've said this a million times, he is plotting on staying. He's not going nowhere. He's staying in that office till he dies. He don't give a fuck. It's over. That whole 4-year shit, he's gonna be the first one. Didn't he try to do some shit where he tried to like extend the presidency, like the ability to be president for longer than just 2 terms or some shit like that? Didn't he try that?
He's going to try.
Yeah, he for sure going to try. Right. You can see this from miles ahead. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, it's funny too, because I was just in Trinidad and motherfuckers was asking me about Trump, and I had to tell bro, like, yo, I'm gonna be 1,000 with you, bro. I can't tell you one thing about Trump. I don't know shit that's going on. And my man's was telling me, he was explaining to me exactly that, like, yo, Trump's wilding, he's interfering with our shit, Venezuela, and like motherfuckers is out there upset at Trump. And I'm like, well, goddamn,
bro. But that's the thing. The people of Venezuela overwhelmingly don't want U.S. interference in their government.
Right.
I just want to briefly read the 3 leading candidates in the Honduras election. I'm gonna botch some of these names. So, Rick C. Moncada, the candidate of the ruling and Liberty Reformation Party. She previously served as Honduras' Minister of Finance. Her platform emphasizes okay, I don't know what that word is. Expanded social support and continuing of progressive policies under the current government. Salvatore Nasarella, the candidate of the Centrist Liberty Party. He's a veteran, served the presidential bids and campaigns on anti-corruption reform and appealing informal work. Tito Asfora, this is the person that Trump wants and America wants. The candidate of the Conservative National Party of Honduras. He presents himself as a pro-business administrator and promising infrastructure and economic growth. I wonder what businesses they're talking about. I wonder which business is going to get the economic growth. I don't know. But
okay.
Clear election interference, just like we do everywhere else. Mm-hmm. It's not a secret, but it's just coming in the light. And I think something that you said is actually very dangerous. You said just because they can do it, fuck it, why not? I think you can say that about a lot of times in history of powerful people who are out of control and who overstep and use their power to intimidate and suppress other people just because they can. That doesn't necessarily mean, oh, you can do it. Nobody can stop them, so just do it. I think that's a very lackadaisical response to the tragedy that's going on in other countries, and people just so happen to be born in, you know. That's just my reaction. No,
that's a fact though. It is. It's actually sad because as you talk, I start to realize like, damn, yo, I really sometimes like desensitize myself to the fact that there's actual humans, like people dying. Like that's the end of their story. They were birthed on this planet and then died on a boat that was attacked. Unprovoked, just because Trump wanted or whatever, because Hegseth wanted, just because, you know. But then, like, part of me also feels like there has to be more to that we're just not understanding, we're not hearing, we're not, you know. You don't really know.
I know what the more is.
And I'm going to be 1,000 with you.
I feel
them countries, Venezuela, Honduras, all of that shit, not exactly the best, you know, history as far as being honest, being good, taking care of their own people, giving a fuck about people, humans. You know what I'm saying? Not exactly the most credible people. If you get what I'm saying, it's like.
But you can say that.
Can we believe them? If you think Trump's lying, what the fuck you think they got going on? Because they've been on bullshit for the whole history of their fucking country. They've been communists and shit. People got to line up to get toilet paper in Venezuela. People are literally starving over there.
I don't disagree with you.
I'm saying though, we got to take their word for what they saying when they've been doing weird shit the whole time. It's like those people in the middle of Utah. Why y'all hiding? Why are you hiding? What are you doing to the kids? Why are y'all doing that weird shit? Why y'all hiding? Why y'all want oil power over there? Y'all don't want no interference. It's because y'all over there touching the kids. Stop doing weird shit. Venezuela, y'all might be doing some weird shit. There might be a reason why we out there. I'm just saying. I don't trust Trump neither, but I also don't trust nothing they got going on.
I think with
Mexico talking about Venezuela don't got nothing to do. Mexico, shut the fuck up.
I think
you motherfuckers been doing shit this whole time, making trillions. Be quiet.
I think
we don't believe nothing you say either.
I think two things can be true. That a country could be corrupt and that America doesn't have its best interest for that country. Two things can be true. I think there's a world where both of those can be true.
Right.
At the same time, but what you talked about, you're removing the context of the American dominance over that country throughout that time, the corruption over that time, the embargoes over that time, the restricting of supply over that time period, the funding militia groups and funneling guns to militia groups over that time. I don't think you understand how deep the CIA goes to destroy the credibility of all these countries. I don't think you understand how actually deep it goes. Or even talking about in the 2010s when we'll talk about Cuba, another country which is corrupt. I'm not saying it's not corrupt, but who plays a hand in all of this? We do. Another country in 2010s, there was a social media platform for Cuba in the 2010s that was new in Cuba. Came to find out it was CIA backed. They were pushing a bunch of anti-American propaganda. Anti-government propaganda on there. But the levels of corruption is so deep that I think it's hard to remove that context when talking about a country that doesn't have as much power. I think removing that context is doing the entire situation disjustice. The context of the corruption that we play a part in. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's not corrupt, but there's a world where two things can be true at once. There could be a world where Maduro's a piece of shit, and there could be a world where the U.S. doesn't have the best interests of those people. There hasn't been a country on this earth that the U.S. has overthrown and it's gotten better. Not one. Can you tell me, has Iraq gotten better post Saddam Hussein? Ask the people in Iraq.
I wouldn't know.
Saddam Hussein was such a terrorist, had weapons of mass destruction that they never found. Killing 100 million people, displacing 100 millions or more. Ask Iraq. Ask Libya. Libya had the highest GDP of any African country during the Gaddafi. After 2011, when they killed Gaddafi, what's going on in Libya right now? What's going on in Libya? Drugs.
You got good points.
Human trafficking. Human trafficking. Right now. So I'll tell you what's going on in Libya right now. Libya is one of the most corrupt countries right now, and they were united under Gaddafi. Now, I'm not saying every move that Gaddafi did was right. Like I said, there's a world where two things can be true at once. Where right now what's going on in Libya, there's so many different factions, there's so many different militia groups trying to get power. There's so much drug trade, there's so much drug trafficking, there's so much human trafficking. Libya, where Libya situates is right by Italy, right? Gaddafi said, if I ever go down, Europe is going to be flooded with immigrants. Libya went down. What happened? Europe is being flooded with African immigrants, people that are leaving wars, that are leaving crime zones, that are leaving corruption, and they're flooding over it right through Italy and all these other places. So there hasn't been one country that has gotten better post-American aggression. That's all I'm saying. Not one in the entire world. Not one country that's gotten better.
I definitely feel that, but I definitely feel like the people that they had to get the fuck out of, they had to get the fuck out of. Saddam had to go. I'm not gonna lie.
Why?
I mean, allegedly he did a lot of terroristic shit. He was on bad timing.
They didn't have the weapons. They never found any weapons of mass destruction.
Just because he had weapons of mass destruction don't mean he wasn't wild. And I know there's a bunch of niggas out there right now running around in sandals with AK-47s. They don't have weapons of mass destruction, but them niggas ready to hurt something.
My point is Iraq better now than under Saddam Hussein? Absolutely not. I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying.
I can't really give an opinion on that.
I'm telling you, Iraq right now is third war. They bombed them back to the Stone Age right now. Yeah. Iraq looks crazy right now. They are not better off than under Saddam Hussein. And I'm not even saying I'm a Saddam Hussein fan. Like I said, two things can be true at once. A wrong leader, but that doesn't mean that America has the interest of anybody, any country. And all that does is, like I keep saying in this platform before, all that does is increase immigration. You bomb these people to the Stone Age and mad when they come at your doorstep wanting liberation. You create the problem. You're creating the problem of immigration. Where are all these people coming from? What countries? The ones we bombed. The ones we uprooted leaders. The ones we've taken the contracts of the resources and given them to corporate interests. Those are the countries people are flooding into the gates. Europe is having a problem right now. America's having a problem right now. All these immigrants. What's causing it? We are destroying everybody else. We are the victims of our own ambitions. Right now, we are the victims of our own ambitions, and it's our own fault. But people don't want to look at it that way. People want to be upset at the immigrant for coming.
It reminds me of Rome, though. Like sometimes the empire gets too big where you just lose the power.
Correct.
So it's just history repeating itself.
Correct. Rome was never defeated.
Right.
Rome just split apart.
Eventually, it was just like, yeah, this shit too big, gang.
It's 100% repeated. So it's 100% repeating itself. I told the story about when Augustus Caesar got Egypt from Cleopatra, and how Queen Amatarenas of modern day Sudan defeated the Kushite Empire, defeated the Rome's. But you got to realize what was going on at Rome at the time. They're so big, vast. It cost so much money in order to protect all that land. You have so many different people.
That's why,
so many different types of people.
That's why one thing resonated with me is you're a victim of your own ambition. Like,
victim of your own ambition. That's exactly what it is.
You're trying to grow. But do you genuinely think that America is like, when I say America, the government's like, yeah, let's just make sure we can make as many countries shit while we keep empowering ourselves? You think that's the ultimate plan?
It's
like
about
you said,
money.
it's never about the interests of the people.
It's about money. It's about resources. We go to places that have resources, and we extract those resources for pennies on the dollar. And we pay government officials a bribe.
That is kind of our thing.
And we pay the government officials a bribe to look the other way while the people are out here starving. The people have to work these. Look at Congo. Look at Sudan. Look at all these places where all the resources are. Do you think there are any workers' comp for any of these people? Do you think we have slave? That's where slavery is today. We have children slaves today, working these dangerous jobs, extracting the resources, pennies on the dollar, while the corporations get wealthy. How do you think we got Hawaii? It's the same way we got Hawaii. Same way we got Hawaii. Overthrew the leader of Hawaii. It started off as a site we used in order to fight the Philippines in the American-Filipino War. And no, the American-Spanish War when Spain was in the Philippines. And we came there later. They had their own government. They had their own leader and everything. We overthrew them and stole their resources. It's the same thing.
What big ass game of Monopoly for real. So are you mad at the game?
Of course.
You seem very upset at the game.
I'm upset at imperialism. I think that every form of government can be inherently corrupt, but imperialism will 100% always be corrupt.
This always brings us back to the same topic where if we're not doing it, somebody else is.
And that's the same.
What side do you want to be?
You know what's funny?
You want to be with China and them?
But how many countries?
Who's the right
How many countries has China invaded?
Who's moving in the right?
How many
I was in Trinidad. You could have convinced me China invaded them.
How
Because
many
motherfuckers explained to me China lent them some money back in the day, and them motherfuckers been broke this whole time trying to pay China back. Every car dealership had Chinese financing behind it. Literally. It was literally a painted Asian man or an Asian man on a poster with a suit on talking about, come get your car. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? That shit alarmed the fuck out of me. I was like,
How
why
many countries?
everything financially involved in Trinidad had an Asian face to it? I'm like, that's weird as fuck. So when you throw out general statements like, who is China invaded? I don't know.
They didn't.
But Trinidad look like they owe some money. You know what I'm saying? And I've been in Jamaica and I've seen a lot of Chinese people there. And if you go to Mexico, there's certain parts of Mexico that is the Chinese neighborhoods. Yeah, but what the fuck's happening here? It's like the beginning of it. Like they just starting to get there though.
How many countries speak Mandarin? Special language is Mandarin.
I mean, shit. I know 1/8 of the world speaks Mandarin because the 1/8 of the world is in China.
That's what I'm saying. But how many? Like,
are they silently taking over? Or do they silently run this shit?
I think it was Woodrow Wilson.
Quick question. Wilson. Matter of fact, you're about to say something way more important.
Woodrow Wilson in 1915. Kicked down. I believe it was around 1915. He, president at the time, kicked down the door of Haiti, stole their gold, and funneled it to Wall Street. And he helped, and some of that resources helped catapult into the Roaring '20s. And his justification was, they're poor, corrupt, they don't know what they're doing, and if we're not going to do it, someone else is going to do it. And if it's not us, it's gonna be somebody else. Why not us? So I don't necessarily think that's a great justification for crimes against humanity.
I feel like you have a lot of hope for positive things.
Well, no,
that's just not in our human nature. That's not what we do.
I think
we conquer. We come over, we fuck the women, and we conquer. That's what we do. We take the land, we burn everything y'all got going on, we rebuild it in our image, we make it look like this and that. That's why all these government official buildings look like European buildings. When you go back, it was the Europeans that came over here and whacked out the natives and was like, we're gonna build the White House. Some shit that looks straight out of Italy. Like it's like I can't hate the game because it's just like as humans, this is what we do. I can't complain about it because this is what we do. And I want to know. This is what I was going to ask you: is what side do you want to be on? If America's so shitty, what side do you want to be on? Whose side? Who's right?
I am on the side of letting sovereign nations control their own sovereignty. That's the only side I'm on.
When we let that happen, apparently niggas start wilding.
Can you give me an example?
Apparently, Maduro's in Venezuela wilding. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers.
Look at the sanctions we have on Maduro in their economy. You're trying to take away. I'm not saying he's not wilding, but you're trying to take away what.
You're saying let's mind our business and let them wild out over there.
Well,
that's essentially what you're saying. You let sovereign countries run themselves. Mind our fucking business.
Absolutely.
Even though they're treating their people horrific.
According to who?
Okay, I mean I could be wrong.
I'm
not in these countries, so it's really hard for me to be like, you know what? They're better off without America. But I don't know that.
I can't name a country that's got, like I said, has gotten better after overthrowing.
But we also never been to these countries that just saying haven't gotten better. We don't know.
Maybe
they have more roads. Maybe they got Wi-Fi all of a sudden. Maybe these things got McDonald's. No, I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm serious. I'm serious because I know I use like DR as an example. Like I've seen the amount of like the way that they accepted Americans so much more, and like a lot's happened in the last 25 years that I'm like, oh, that's what happens when you let the money come in. Like everybody just chill out, be at peace, and you'll see countries develop. Because like I was just in Trinidad and I'm looking at Trinidad and I'm like, yo, this shit feels like DR in 2001. Like they feel very behind. The structures of the buildings, the roads, the streets, the sewage system, everything looks very old, very reminiscent of 25, 30 years ago. And I'm like, I don't know. I
think that
I'm not saying that America's right either. I'm just like I'm it's really hard for me to root for one side when I don't know who's right. I don't know who's right. It sounds like everybody fucked up.
I am on the side of letting sovereign nations be sovereign. I am on the side of allowing them to develop their own resources. I'm on the side of the trading and barter system rather than the extraction system. I'm on the side of not extracting resources for pennies on the dollar, shipping it over to China to be produced, to shipping it over to America. Our whole system is based off of slavery and corruption.
So I don't know how to explain it.
Would you not agree?
If you could be part of the most powerful empire, or you could be living in the most shittiest situation you could possibly think of, which one would you choose?
Oh, I mean, if that situation,
Which
of course,
one
would
you choose?
The powerful one, of course.
All right, so what are we complaining about? I feel like we're not in the right place to be complaining.
I think that's also a common misconception. The fact that we're benefiting from a system doesn't mean we can't critique the system. I think that's completely wrong. You can benefit from a system and also critique it. So I'm not. I
want to know who's running a better system.
As far as what?
Just in general, like. I know that people always say like, "Oh, you go to Switzerland, it's the happiest country in the world." Or, you go to Canada, oh, free healthcare.
Absolutely,
they're doing great.
Absolutely.
There's also like 10 people in Canada.
Do you know what our life expectancy is compared to the rest of the world right now? 55th.
55th. What? Oh, like 50, ranked 55th.
Yes.
Yeah, but between the first and 55th is probably like a 5-year age difference.
But regardless of what I'm saying, we spend the most money, and we don't take care of the people. We spend the most money out of anybody. We have the worst health care outcomes versus expenditures, and we don't take care of
Wait, what?
We have the worst ratio between health care expenditures and outcomes, meaning we spend the most on health care, and we have mediocre outcomes. The worst ratio out of any country in the world.
Yeah, but the word ratio is dangerous because
how's that dangerous?
I've been to a lot of countries. There's a lot of niggas with missing feet. Diabetes is running rampant through all these countries. But I'm just saying, healthcare in America, as much as we critique it, can't be that bad. Compared to other countries?
Listen,
would you rather have diabetes here or diabetes in Jamaica?
No. But you see, that's why I said expenditures based on how much we spend. And how much we get
right
back.
There is exactly how you make it seem like America's shit. But
yes, compared
you go to them other countries,
but no,
they are fucked up over there.
But they don't have money. We have money. That's my point. Compared to what we have shit. Compared, we have the most money in the world, and we have shit outcomes in comparison.
Yeah.
So you want to talk about happiness level? You want to talk about healthcare? You want to talk about life expectancy? You want to talk about suicide rate? You want to talk about gun deaths per year? We blow everybody out the water in all these. We're compared to in comparison to what we bring in. You're talking about countries that don't have anything. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about compared to countries that make money. We spend all our money on imperialism. We spend all our money on the military. That's where all our money goes.
Facts.
Every year.
Facts.
That's what I'm saying. Instead of spending all our money on
people.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense. That's basically what I'm saying. That's basically what it's breaking down to.
I dig it.
It just doesn't make it. It just doesn't make any sense. That's why I mean ratio. Ratio is a good term.
Right. No, I get it.
Yeah.
But ratio is how you easily compare something like how you
income to outcome. Yes, correct.
I know what's going on. And there's an easy way to convolute what's really going on though. At the end of the day, we're like it ain't that bad here.
You feel
ain't that bad.
You feel, as far as what?
Just I don't know, man.
I don't think it's that bad, but you're comparing it to countries that don't have anything.
Right. No, I get what you're saying.
That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. I'm not comparing us to Jamaica. I'm not comparing us to, and I'm not saying Jamaica, but you know what I'm talking about,
right? No,
I'm not comparing it to countries that don't have anything.
1,000%.
I'm talking about countries compared to countries that do have stuff. Mm-hmm. We are mediocre in every sense of the word. Damn, we didn't get to a lot of other topics.
Yeah, I just thought about that word because we was the last 15 minutes. Because once you start talking about government shit, it's hard to transition to anything else because there's also a lot I need to listen to really grasp the concept.
But all I'm saying is when it comes to any of the statistics of helping the people or any statistics of happiness, any of the statistics of healthcare, any statistics of life expectancy, how like it doesn't make sense. We make too much money for that shit to be mediocre.
Well, then money might not be the answer to
no, and money is the answer because we're not. It's just what our focus is. We don't care about the people.
I need to go to China. I'm gonna go spend like 3 months in China. See what they're doing.
China, you know what? China is the biggest threat to America. We never saw China coming. China has the biggest GDP growth, and China's becoming a force that we never thought we'd be able to handle. And now we're also trying to propagandize how China's made its money.
I have a quick question.
Uh-huh.
Do you think China has more positive things than America going on?
Absolutely.
Okay, so the fact that they used to kill anything outside of your first male-born child, That right there isn't fucking insane to you?
But that doesn't
Morally?
happen now. That doesn't happen. You're talking about the past. You want to
Recently. This was a couple years ago.
You want to talk about that long ago? Do you want to talk about the history of America now?
America ain't never made you kill your children after the first child.
You want to talk about? But I'm talking about.
If it's not a male, you gotta go.
We're talking
All
about.
that was to fuel the military too, damn near, like, and to cut down the population expenses because they were running out of resources or whatever. But like, that's not crazy.
I'm talking about within the last 15 or so years, about 10 or 15 or so years. The way China has exploded on the global market. Like I said, for the longest time on the global market, we were the only players. We were the only players. We would go to smaller countries, knock on their door, say, listen, if you want protection, give us your resources. Or we're going to take them anyway. We use threat and intimidation to dominate nations. China is using trade. Two totally different things. China is using trade. They make everything over there. So now other countries, they have another outlet to look upon, which is a huge threat to our dominance. We've used our military to dominate. We have military bases around the world. We use our military to dominate. They use trade. How big is China's military? Like I said, how many countries are under the jurisdiction of China? Taiwan is, there's always been border wars. You feel me? How many countries are under the jurisdiction of China? How many resources of other countries? They use trade in order to build, to mend relationships. We use intimidation and fear. We throw all our money into intimidation and fear. And then at the expense of the people that live in this country. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I dig it.
And I'm not saying what China did was right. Obviously, I'm not saying that. But we can look at the law. We want to talk about the history of America. We can do that. I'm not saying Mao was a great person.
Well, on that note, listen, all I know is I am happy I am here. You know what I'm saying? Listen. If Trump decides to start deporting motherfuckers, take him. Take this nigga, because this nigga hates us. He hates America. He hates everything about our government.
I don't hate America. I want to improve America. I think one of the most...
There's no improving this shit. We are rotten people because in our core, humans are shit.
I think we
are shit for brains.
I think the most American thing you can do is criticize your own country and want to improve it. That's the most American thing you can do. That's the First Amendment. I do not hate this country. I want to improve this country. I want to see improvement throughout the rest of the world.
That shit is delusional, though.
I'm idealistic.
We ain't improving shit over here. It's not happening, all right? Because if we start acting all happy-go-lucky and want to hug everybody, China gonna get on that bullshit and be like, you put your guards down, pussy, watch this. We got a billion niggas in our military, pussy. You thought we had 200 and some jets? We've actually been hiding jets all around, building jets in Canada and Alaska, all that ass shit. We in Antarctica with an underground fucking lair somewhere because we got that kind of money where we could build underground layers. I'm telling you, son.
How many in
we
the
gonna
last...
put our guard down, trying to hug everybody and give everybody a fucking kiss on the cheek. And somebody's gonna come clap our stupid ass. That's why we gonna keep spending this bread on this military.
How many?
We gonna wish a nigga would. At every turn we get.
I want to end.
I wish a nigga
I want to
would.
end on this.
We gonna shoot this shit out there.
In the last 30 years, how many countries has China bombed? Okay, I'll leave it right there. How many countries China bombed?
Playing the game.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't trust them.
You don't
remember Genghis Khan? That nigga had thousands of fucking statues.
He wasn't China. He wasn't Chinese. He was Mongolian.
Mongolian. Ain't that in China?
No.
I don't know shit about history.
China is not Mongolian.
We gone. Mongolian's not in China. That's not China. So that nigga is what Chinese?